welcome to Parlor Talk. My name is Dee Dominguez.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Enya Phoenix. Hey, everybody, it's Jaleesa, otherwise known as Ryna.
What's poppin', y'all? It's Shhmoney Curl.
So today we have the honor of having my friend Jaleesa. This past Friday, I went to see her on the play Sisters, and I was just blown away, completely blown away, and shocked. I will explain why I was shocked, but my immediate idea was to bring her on here because I know that there is a lot of artists here in Southwest Florida, and I wanted to ask her particularly, what is it like to be an artist here in Southwest Florida? She wears many hats. This is a new hat that I saw on Friday. I never seen her acting before. I knew she can sing. I know she can dance. But her acting was on point and it was amazing. And I wanted to see, what it's like for artists out here. You always hear that you have to go to California, you have to go to New York to make it, right? So I want to know how has the journey been since you came back home from college and being a single mother, how you juggle everything that you juggle and still keep your dream alive.
So it's interesting that you say that because I think as an artist here in Southwest Florida, a lot of times we feel like we aren't recognized the way that we should be by other artists in Southwest Florida. I know a lot of people are very redundant to being out in the scene or even have pulled back from their craft because of that fact. But I think what keeps me going is the fact that there is a support system. You just have to know who's got your back and who doesn't.
You gotta find your
know
tribe.
What I mean? Yeah, because I'm not gonna hold you. A lot of people will act like, yeah, I support you, and what are you gonna do next, and where you gonna be, and whatever. And it's a dub, it's fake, it's real fake love. But for those who, I say this all the time, I have no new friends. I really rock with the same tribe that I've been rocking with since I got back here. So my OTP gang, Billy Rose band.
I love Billy Rose.
I love Billy Rose. Shout out to Billy Rose
Yes.
gang, yo. They are doing the damn thing. I'm so super proud of them. But even GCL, it's one of those things where you have to be genuine to the people around you to get that genuine support back, that I have to go to where you are, actually travel to where you are to support you to get that same love back. So it's difficult if you're looking for acceptance from everybody,
Because you're never going to get that.
Right. You're never going to get everybody's thumbs up. You're never gonna get everybody's a love tap, But if you stick with the same people, and then those people see, she's really doing her thing with the same people, or it's never lacking, then they start to come around. Then they start to jump on the bandwagon, and they're like, oh, okay, bet, yeah, I'm gonna come see you here, and I'm gonna do this and here, and congratulations there. It's yeah, I told you, So, and as a single mom, it's hard. It's so hard. But I'm just grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for her father because he does what he needs to do when he needs to do it. And they support me. They support my love of the arts. They support my craft. They support the fact that I am going through the motions, and nobody's perfect, and I have my downfalls almost every day, but that's what makes me human, and it's so refreshing to have individuals around you who understand that wholeheartedly and are all right, I got you no matter what, so it's fun. It's really fun.
So besides acting in wonderful plays like Sister, what else do you do?
Oh, man. So I am a part of OTP Live Band. We just booked a constant gig at Cavo in Naples.
Nice.
So
Congratulations.
we will be there tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Doing some top 40s, Motown, like covers and things of that nature. And we're also at the Sydney Burns Center every second Wednesday of the month.
Okay.
Doing our OTP live show. So I do that. I am the dance coordinator and performing arts at Quality Life Center. So I enjoy my kids thoroughly, you know.
Yes.
And what else do I do?
A jack of all trades, right?
I know, yeah. I do whatever is asked of me, really, to the best of my capabilities. If I can do it, I'm gonna do it. If you guys need a host at a wedding, I'm gonna do it. Like, if you need me to do your hair, I'll hook up a little braid here or there. You know what I'm saying? Or
A trade. What is it? A
jack
of all trades.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's a blessing. And a curse.
Mm-hmm.
And a curse, but it is more so fulfilling when, you know, people believe in you and they trust you with everything that you're doing. And so it takes a lot of commitment, it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of brain power, meditation. I have to come back into myself a lot of times because I exude a lot of energy to a lot of people all the time. So I have to center myself back every day. I take at least like 5 hours a day to just like just relax.
We just had that conversation. You need to have that good balance, because if not, you will hit either a super high or a super low. There's never no in between.
Yeah, and I feel like you'll burn out. You'll burn out, and then you'll become dull to people. You know what I mean? Like, I went through a phase where I was so socially anxious, and you'd be like, Lisa, socially anxious? Like, girl, you're in the scene all the time. Yeah, that's why. Because you're constantly giving your energy to so many people, and it's like, then I have to go home and I have to be with my daughter and I have to give her all of my energy as well. Just
and whatever is left.
Whatever's left, but I have to make it seem like it's like on an all-time high. You know what I mean? Like, she's about to get 100% even if I'm running on 20, you know? So, yeah.
That's the mother in you.
Yeah.
And that whole comment that you made about you don't make, I met you a year and a half ago, and you made room for me. I mean, it's you have to make room for me because it's me.
But here's the thing: it's a constant
choosing.
Choice. Yeah, it's a conscious choice
of who you bring around you.
Exactly, because you don't give me bad energy. You know what I mean? Like, you, from the minute I met you, you were very embracing. You're like, hey, come to my house. And we spent mad time by the pool, and we drank till our freaking tits fell off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that part.
We had a really good time, and I appreciate that because you were so genuine. Like, a lot of people that you'll meet, they'll be like, oh, yeah, come hang out with me. And then you get there, and the vibe is just like, ugh. It's like,
or
girl, why?
It's fake for their own purpose.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I can't do that. Like, I'm a blunt person, like, when it comes down to it. So I'll be like, all right, it's time to wrap it up. Like, oh, I actually have something I have to buy, you know? But I didn't feel that with you, which is why.
You didn't want to leave my house. I was going to tell you to stay.
Yeah, I did. Because I felt at home, and your presence made me feel so warm and tender. And I was just like, she's a bad bitch. Like, I fuck with her. You know what I mean? And so, but maybe you're the only person. No, I'm playing. But it has to be like that. Like, the energy has to be worth my time.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely.
Because if it's not, then I'm just like, I'm not doing it.
I was talking to the girls before we started recording that I can even show you. I have my calendar, my agenda. It's beautiful. It's color coordinated with different colors, and I put a lot of thought into my planner, you know, because I said I was going to take off this year running, and I was going to do this and do that and all this, and I have everything like planned out, mapped out. I have boxes to check off. And I had a whole list of things to do today. Tomorrow's my mother's birthday, so I have to take her to the doctor's and then spend the day with her, and then I have an event at nighttime. And so I had to do a whole bunch of stuff today, but I don't know, I woke up today and it was like, I was like, You know, one of those days where you have a lot to do, but you don't want to do anything? That was me today. And then I was like, the one thing I can't say I don't want to go do is the podcast. Like, again, when my husband asked me what was the purpose of this, and I was like, this is something that I've been thinking about for a long, long time. It's a space where I want women to feel comfortable, to be able to talk, and it's like therapy. So because I felt so down to that, I was like, this is the one thing I can't skip today because
this is your therapy.
This is my therapy and this is my safe place. And I felt guilty about not doing all the things that I was supposed to do. And then I was telling myself on my drive here, I'm like, why do I feel guilty? Why do women have to feel guilty for taking a rest day?
Because we're in the world we're not supposed to. Like, we're always on go. When have you ever saw your mom take a break? Mm-hmm. I've never seen it. My mom was waking up at 3, 4 in the morning, working her first job, cooking us dinner, going to her second job, doing clothes, and then back at it again the next day. And it's like we got programmed to do that. And it's okay to take a day off. Like, everybody else had a day off today. Today's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Like,
there was no school.
There was no school. There was no work. But we're over here as entrepreneurs. It's like our life keeps moving on. There's no days off for us. And then it gets to the point that we get dragged down. We get overwhelmed. And then we feel bad for feeling overwhelmed. But that's because we never took a break. And we deserved that break. I felt like that today when you were saying it. I woke up, and I wake up at 6 in the morning. Every morning I have my schedule. And I woke up and I went right back to sleep. I was like, I can't do it today. I looked through emails. I got overwhelmed. And it's okay to be that way. Sometimes we play such a strong role as a queen. We're a mom. We're a husband, wife, whatever the hell y'all want to be throughout the day. We hear all these hats. But when are we going to have our time and really take care of yourselves? So I went and got my lashes done and relaxed a little bit and just bullcrapped with another entrepreneur and seen that she was going through the same thing. And then my other friend was going through it. I'm like, well, damn, there's something in the air today. Mm-hmm. But it's because we need a break. We deserve a freaking break. And we're just too hard on ourselves.
Mine's the opposite because I had to work today. Like,
I wanted a day off.
Actually,
I don't know what that is like.
I know. We got patients coming in and they're like, you guys are open today? Yeah, we're open.
Because you're here. Like, you're here right now. That's why we're open.
If we're not open, you ain't going to be here. Yeah. And they're like, they paying you time and a half? No.
Like, what is that?
Ain't that something?
What is that?
That is.
Like, isn't that something that they'll celebrate a holiday, they acknowledge a holiday, but they won't pay you time and a half for it?
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I do not work a 9 to 5. Like,
and it's
it
like,
is what
and
it
then
is.
it's like I told him, I was like, you know what? I was like, I am in the process of making sure that for my future, I'm not working on this 9 to 5. I was like, because after this, I have a podcast. Then tomorrow there's a podcast. Wednesday I'm recording a podcast. Thursday,
on top of working
who
a
knows
regular
what
job.
else? On top of working a 9 to 5. By the time the weekend comes, got to spend family time because I'm no longer in the house with my mom. So then my mom's like
calling you.
So I spend my lunch breaks on the phone with my mom so I can give her some time.
Oh, look at
and
you
it's
being
like
a good
the
daughter.
weekend I'm like
So when does my boy get some time?
all the time. He don't want the time. So
be working.
we work.
There's
no days off. There's none.
And it's really dangerous, I think, to not take time off.
There is.
I'll tell you, this past week, the last 2 weeks I spent, and it was like Christmas break, it was New Year's, right? But I was still working every single day in the building, like doing whatever needs to be done, preparing dances for whatever event needed to be prepared for. Like, then the kids come back that Tuesday, I died. I was dead. I was dead. No, seriously, I got really sick, like really fast. I had the shivers, I had headaches, my throat was achy. I was like, I'm never gonna make it to the weekend. I'm never gonna make it. So I literally had to take this week off. And it wasn't even by choice. It was
your body.
Your body,
Because it was telling
that
you're going to sit your ass down today.
Yeah, I mean, even to the point where, like, what was it, like Wednesday or something? I was like, no, maybe it was Thursday. I was like, you know what? I'm feeling a little bit better. Let me go to work. Like, and I got my happy ass up and I went to work. Got there and I was still dead. Like, that's the point where my boss was just like, go home.
Yeah.
Go ahead home because there's no way.
You're pouring from an empty cup at that point.
Yeah. Exactly. And I had no more to give. And yet, in the back of my mind, I'm still trying to give. So I think it's just like
it's a woman thing.
It's a woman like hormonal, like
Keep
know,
going
like
until you can't no
intuitive
more.
thing that is just like, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Stop, you can do it.
But if you don't take that time, then you get sick. Your body drops. You're not eating correctly. You're not sleeping correctly.
Yeah.
I end up in the hospital at least one time a year for at least 3 days because I'm anemic. My white blood cells count drop. It's just like a whole mix. And it only happens around season time when I'm working 20-hour days, 15-hour days, not eating in between clients. And people look at my social media and like, this girl's always on freaking trips. I'm always traveling somewhere. But if once a month or once every 2 months, I don't take that break, even if it's a drive to Fort Lauderdale or to Ocala, to one of the springs, and spend a day to myself,
Oh,
no
God, I
kids,
love going
no
to the
boyfriend,
springs.
no social media, I can't reground myself. I legit take off my shoes and walk barefoot so I can ground myself with the earth. And I jump in a cold ass river because it just I don't know, it just resets my whole body and my mind. It's the only time I'm not thinking. Yeah. And everyone needs that getaway. And if we don't, even if it's in the back of your yard, drinking some wine, not even touching your phone, listening to music, if you don't do that and get your mental correctly, you are going to throw that energy out to the next person without even noticing it. And I catch myself. I'll get snippy. And it'll be over the stupidest thing. It's hot in here. Who touched my AC? Oh, y'all must be paying the AC today, huh? And I just start, then I hit him like, oh my God, I sound like my mom. Like, this is ridiculous. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's time for that vacation. Yeah. It's about that time. It's a little overdue.
You know, we all turn into our mothers, right?
It's horrible. And I used to tell my mom growing up, I will never be like you.
Of course not.
And I'm worse. I am a drill sergeant.
Yeah.
Drill sergeant in my household.
Same.
How is it like raising a daughter? A little
Wait,
you.
how old is she?
So she just turned 2 in December.
Oh, that's a fun stage.
Oh yeah, it's just it's glorious, man. I try not even to get emotional. Like it is such an amazing opportunity in this lifetime to raise a child, but to raise a daughter that is just like you. Like when I kid you not, she is. There I am. Like I spit her out, and there she was. She is just a ball of energy. She's very like charismatic. Her personality is like a fireball, but she's also so sweet and so delicate and so docile. And she is just, I don't even know how to explain her half the days. And yeah, she gets under my skin at 2 years old because I'm terrible too, you know? So it's expected. And everybody be like, oh, you spoil her. I was like, yeah, you goddamn right I do, because that's mine. Like, who knows when I'll have another opportunity to spoil her. You know what I mean? Like, she's going to get to a point where I won't be able to hold her in my arms anymore, or rock her to sleep, or, you know, listen to her sing me Itsy Bitsy Spider in the car. You know what I mean? So it's an amazing feeling. It's transformative, honestly. It literally transformed my mind from who I was to who I am now. Because I was outside, y'all.
Those college days?
Yeah, man, I was outside. But my outside now is so much different. It's like, okay, I'm outside, but I'm hustling.
Yes.
I'm hustling every single minute, every single second. Like, my mom will tell me all the time, like, you have to find time for her. You have to find time for her. And it's like, yeah, you're right, I do. But I also have to make sure that she is provided for. Like, that when that time comes that I find for her, it's not like we're sitting in a cardboard box together. You know what I'm saying? Like, or that we're eating like out of ramen noodles. Like, yeah, we might get to that point. Cool, whatever. But I'm going to fight every bone in my body that we don't. So guess what? I'm going to be outside till 12 o'clock at night singing Top 40 and Motown so that Shorty could eat tomorrow whatever she wants. If she wants a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, cool. But if you want to have some of my steak, you could do that too. You know what I'm saying?
Is the art scene here in Southwest Florida good as money-wise?
So it's tricky.
Be honest.
Like,
Let's
them
be
lists are gonna
honest.
fly away.
It's tricky because it depends. It
Okay.
really depends.
Do you see a difference between men and women when it comes to artists here in Southwest Florida?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like they get paid more?
Yeah, I do. But I think that there is a weird expectation, I feel like, because with men in the community, it's like you expect them to do something, and I'm sorry to
And
say
they don't.
this. I'm sorry to say this, but like they could suck. They
And
could
still.
suck ass, and they would still get it. They would still get it. But it's like, if we brought that same energy, right? And if we're not sexualized by it, it's
Then
not
it's
not gonna
nothing.
fly. Like, I could do the same thing that you just did, but if I get up there
And
and
twerk.
do the same thing you do in your clothes, they not gonna look at me. But if I get up there and I do the same thing you do, and I have on a mini skirt and some high thigh
Then you get a
boots
little
and,
extra tips
you
on
know,
the
then
side.
I might get a little extra titty here or there or whatever. And, you know, I love being a woman. I embrace my sensuality. I embrace my femininity and my softness and all of that good stuff. So, yeah, but I also feel like
Why?
men get away with anything. They can get away with whatever they want. Like, you can get up there and fucking juggle, and they'd be like, good show, bro. Like, you know?
And that's why, again, I hate to like be redundant, but that's why this came about, because I feel like if women were to come together more and support each other more, bro, like we can really take over and we can really empower each other. And going back, the reason I asked you about what it was like to raise a girl is I was looking on social media, like, you know, how Facebook has like events, like local events that you can see. There is a father-daughter dance, I think is on Friday. And I saw it and I was like, like my heart was like, oh my God. My son has 4 daughters. So immediately I texted him. I was like, hey, this will be cool for you to take the girls. They can get dressed up. And, you know, and then I was like, wait, there's 3 of them. Oh, maybe your dad can go. Wait, there's 3. Oh, maybe your father-in-law. Oh my God, it would be so cool to have the 3 men in their
The
lives.
3 generations with the daughters.
Take them to,
Yeah.
like, and I'm the one super excited and I'm like planning everything. And my son is like, all right, cool, I'll see if I can go. And then my husband was like, oh, that would be nice too. Like, I don't know. I felt like I was so like excited about it, and I didn't get the
Because
same
It's
feedback.
because you're a female.
I was about to say men's
It's
emotions
because
are very
you're a
different.
girl
Man,
that
I don't know
that's
that.
the dream that you had
Yes,
as
as a
a
little girl.
child.
For
I wish
me-
I could have danced with my daddy.
See,
At
for
some
me,
dance.
as a girl that grew up without a father, that's
Yeah.
where I
Yeah,
came
yeah,
from.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, my granddaughters are blessed and privileged that not only do they have a very present father, because my son, he's a knucklehead, he gets on my nerves, but he is an amazing father. Like like he is there for all his kids, all of them. It's a lot of them, but no, he loves his daughters and he's always there for them, and everything that he does is for his family. But those little things make a difference.
It
You
does.
know,
Yeah, it does.
letting them get dressed up in a pretty dress, you know, taking them out maybe to dinner, pulling their.
It's
their-
honestly teaching
it's
them what a man
memories.
should treat
and
them as.
that's where I went to, because there's so many women that don't know how to choose a man because they never had that role model.
Yeah.
So I think
Or
it's
they
important.
choose a man because the relationships that their mom's been into wasn't
it's
the
more.
ideal. So then that's who they pick as an adult and get into the relationships like that themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think like when my dad passed away, like we butted heads. We fought. Like we never seen eye to eye. But then it was kind of like, damn,
You miss him.
I'm not married.
Mm-hmm.
You would want to walk him through the aisle and all that stuff. I feel that. My
Yeah.
dad's been in prison almost my whole life. And it's one thing I told my boyfriend. I'm like, oh, if you're going to put a ring on it, he got a year and a half, buddy. We already waited 15 years. Like,
Yep.
you want that special feeling of going to homecoming or having your dad check. You ever saw that movie with Bad Boys when they come out with the guns?
Yeah.
Like, I low-key
Yeah.
want that. Like, I want my dad posted up waiting for the dude to come pick me up.
Yeah.
And dads just see as
That
the time is
protection.
here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here, I'm giving them hugs and kisses. But no, it's the little memories that I remember, and it's corny ass memories. My dad clipping his nails and it falling into his stomach and his belly button, and I would sit there and just pick them out. Just retarded shit that I remember. But that was our time to like chill. Like, he'll be watching movies, eating, like chewing on his nails and stuff. And I'm picking at it, and I'm like, oh, I remember that. But damn, do I wish I would have remembered going to homecoming with my father, or making sure he was here when my first heartbreak, so I can ask him like why. And the only thing he could tell me through the prison phone is, hey, dudes ain't shit. And once they get you giving out the free milk, why they gonna buy the cow? And I'm like, yo, you so bars, bro, bars. Yeah,
That's
it's
real.
true. But you need that softness.
Yeah, I feel like I'm blessed to have had. So yeah, you're never gonna see eye to eye with your parents all the time, and my dad passed away as well in 2019, and we never had like a daddy-daughter relationship. I felt like I was always chasing a relationship with him, and he was always chasing the next skirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mine was the streets.
Right. And so I look at the situation now, and I'm so grateful that my daughter has a dad who is present. Yeah, maybe we don't see eye to eye romantically and as a boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife or whatever at this point in time. But I feel like our co-parent relationship is something out of this world, because we vow to make sure that he has a son as well, but we vow to make sure that both of them always see like there is a loving home, like there's love that is exchanged between their parents, and
that's super important and for the child's mental stability.
Like,
So did he come from a broken home as well?
so yeah, he doesn't like his dad is in his life, but you know, he didn't like grow up with his dad. He grew up with his mom mostly, and he's Dominican and black, so he grew up with his Dominican side, very strict, very like, you know, Christian based and morally like, you know, serious. But I'm grateful that he's there all the time. Like, I could pick up the phone right now and be like, yo, where you at? I need you to come through.
No, I remember that time when we were working together and you fell on the ground because you were, what was it, your...
Oh, yeah.
Was it your appendix?
It was something, girl. I
And we had to
what
call
it
the
was.
ambulance, and I grabbed your phone, and the first person that I called was him, and he was like, can you please because he was like 2 hours away or something. He was like, can you please stay on the phone with me, make sure she's okay? Like, he sounded stressed.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I could call him, and it could not even be like, hey, I need you to go pick up diapers. I could call him and be like, look, I just had a really bad day, bro. Like, what are you doing? And he'll stay on the phone with me for like 3 hours type thing. Because, and we make sure that our communication is strong, because we know that if it's not, it's going to be detrimental for our family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to be detrimental for my daughter. It's going to be detrimental for his son, because our energy is going to be reflected that way.
Yeah.
And so I'm just grateful that he ain't shit father, because there's a lot of those out there.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, I
like,
got one.
and I'm especially in this generation, you know, it's almost like they're programmed to be like, whatever, bro. But for the many that are like really dedicated to their kids, I commend you, because
Yes.
please don't stop. Please don't. No matter how many of your homeboys be like, nah, bro,
Come outside today.
come outside, or your bitch ain't shit, or fuck your baby mom's, like da da da.
I'm gonna veer in real quick. It's you. It ain't dude. It's not us. It's you and how you're treating them. That's why he cares about you so much.
Hats off to me. No, he's not.
And nurture.
Because how many moments you see like, oh well, if you're not with me, it's fuck you season.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about the kid. Y'all are putting the kid first.
Yeah.
Versus
Yourself.
Oh, well, you're not with me, so.
And I won't lie to you.
Absolutely.
It took me some time to get to that point, because I'm a Cancer, so I'm mad emotional all the time.
She's a
Like,
Cancer.
Our
I'm
crybabies.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm mad emotional, but my thing about it is I'm emotional, but I'm like, I'm an angry emotional
Yep.
person.
Yep.
So like, if you spite me or I feel like you trying to like
I'm coming
Work
for
up
your
under
ass.
under my skin, I'm about to like, at this point, at the end of the conversation, you're gonna want to go kill yourself because I've just legit like, like I don't even have to go out of my way to like pop tires and do none of that crazy shit.
It's
but
the
my
mouth.
words, my
It's
tongue
the
will cut
words.
you know. And I've tried to. I'm getting better. Okay,
We're
I'm getting better.
evolving.
We're
We're
evolving. We're
evolving.
growing, maturity. But I've had a difficult time with that because I had to be like, it's not about me. It's not about me. And if we keep going the way that we're going, if we keep cutting each other the way that we keep cutting each other, it's not going to be good.
It's not healthy.
Like even we would have like little spit arguments or whatever, and my emotions would cause me to like when I see him not even embrace him. You know what I mean? And that's important for my daughter to see that I embrace her father with love because it's like, okay, if I don't want to hug him and I'm like, go hug and kiss daddy, and she'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Well, then that's terrible.
Kids
you know what I
don't,
mean?
people
Like,
don't see that.
yeah, like
Yeah.
she's gonna feel like, well, you didn't do it. Well, I gotta do it.
Yep.
Like,
Then she
It's a
brings it in
domino
her
effect.
adulthood and
you know what I'm
now-
saying? And
It's a
it
chain.
trickles. It trickles down. So I just feel like it's important for me to always move in love when it comes to him because I just want to set the best example I can, you know?
See, I've seen both sides because my son's father is just, he's a piece of work right there. Like, he'd rather come in and out, make babies, and that's it. And honestly, that's what I've seen for a very long time in Southwest Florida. You rarely ever see a mom that be like, man, fuck them kids. I don't want to deal with it. Until I met my boyfriend. And he brought a whole nother light to me because he has full custody of both of his kids, a boy and a girl. And he takes care of them. He is a dad first, before a business owner, before a husband, before a son, anything. He is he put me on my toes. He goes to work. He has a schedule set for them. He makes sure he cooks. They have a dinner sit-down table saying grace every night, no matter what, at 7:30, 8
amazing.
o'clock. It's
Damn.
beautiful. I've never experienced that in my household because we've always had a broken home, unfortunately.
Yep.
And then seeing how he is with his kids, he's no matter how tired he is, he embraces them. And no matter with the mom giving up their children, he's still, hey, you're gonna come see him this week? All right, no problem, click. He don't argue, he don't do nothing, but he will drive them kids all the way to Tampa just to see their mom for a couple hours.
Because he has his kids' mental health first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And more
that's what
men
people don't
need to do
understand.
that.
Yes.
And seeing that side of a man, it made me fall in love because I was like, I didn't even have that. My dad chose real shit, drugs over his own children. It is what it is. And when you see a man is so comfortable with his masculinity, but also to be soft because he
Yes.
is raising a 14-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
buying her pads. He's teaching her the difference between sex and what's right and wrong and drunk these boys. And God does it cringed him sometimes to have these conversations. But I respect it, and I wish men will get more in their softness. They feel like they have to be hard. Because I see a lot of fathers that are hitting their child hard as hell, like, no, he had to be strong. He had to do this and her. Well, men ain't shit, so be a tough one. No, but you're setting them up for failure long
Later
term.
on.
They
Yes.
have to understand their emotions. They have to be okay to cry, men or women to cry.
Absolutely.
And women need to feel that comfortability because now what I did for a very long time is look for my dad in other people. And I was like, well, he's nurturing. He told me I look beautiful. That's it. Check
Yep.
mark.
Yeah.
When he's a whole drug dealer on the street banging 100 different women and might be questioning his own sexuality on the other side and still not knowing where he's coming from. And you start questioning that. And it's because of where the household came. And my mom was a very strong woman. Never talked shit about my father. I don't do the same. My son's father in and out of prison, I made sure I took that 3-hour drive. We gonna see your dad today. You gonna know who he is. At least know who he is and do what you have to do. But a lot of women don't do that either.
Yep,
So
and
I
I
think
will
there has
say-
a good balance.
I have a problem with that though, because growing up, my uncle was locked up. Not even my father, my uncle, and my mom used to make us go visit him because we were the only family that he had. Because even my mom used to pick up his kids and take all of us to go see him, and that was traumatizing for me.
Well, it was traumatizing for me. I was well, my dad went to prison when I was first 12. My brother was 7. So at a young age, we're getting frisked, we're getting checked, taking off clothes, shaking bras.
Yes.
But at the same time, I would have never changed it for the world because that was the only time I had with him. That's how I got to know he raised me till I was 12, but my brother is all he got to know. My son, taking him at 2 years old in the prison, he's 2. How do you explain to him there's guards walking around with guns and your dad can't touch you, baby? Like, he can only give you a kiss when he first walk in.
That's hard.
But still, those are memories he created. If it wasn't for me taking him and putting him in an uncomfortable situation, he wouldn't have these memories of his dad long term either. And what it does show them is, look, don't fuck up. This is what's gonna happen. This is life. This is real life shit. Like, and it's hard lessons at a young age, and it is traumatizing.
I think too, though,
but it is what it is.
It shows boys a lesson.
Yeah.
But then it shows girls something different, because my dad was in prison pretty much my whole life, in and out of jail, in and out of prison. My mom stayed. We went every weekend, every other weekend, to the jails, to the prison, out of town. Moved out of Florida to go to Georgia, so we're closer. And the love that she had for him was amazing. They were married 26 years before he finally passed. 14 of those years he was in prison.
Sounds
in
like
jail.
my mom.
And then it's like, as a child, that's your relationship with your dad. That's all I knew. And then you come home, he gets out, and you're trying to be a dad. Who the fuck are you?
I've done
You're
that.
not my dad.
Shit,
Who the
my
fuck
dad
are
choked
you?
me up real quick to show me these bars don't mean nothing. I birthed you, child, like you
But
my
then-
dad, no matter what.
But then it also showed me, from a relationship status, you put up with shit.
Oh yeah, we will. But it's
How
because.
far do you put yourself into?
But it's
of
again, it
love?
goes back to like what Icey said. Our mom is showing us how to live and how to treat men and what we should take in for. So at the same, it's honestly, it sucks because it is that way you can look at it and look, this is the man I should be with, or I should thug it out to the end. But at the same time, that's what our moms taught us.
Yeah, I think I always say this: you pick your poison.
Yeah.
You do. Because everybody's fucked up.
We all have
Exactly.
issues.
Everybody has something.
And
It
we
is
all come with
what-
baggage.
Yeah, but it's what you're willing to be like, is this a deal breaker for me? Like, is this, like, will I wake up tomorrow morning and be like, I can do this? Or will I wake up tomorrow morning and stay in bed because I can't do this? You know what I'm saying? You choose. Everything's a choice. And I just feel like with, like, my certain situation, I just feel like, well, you know, yeah, he sucks at communicating. Yeah, he's not very emotional. Yeah, he's kind of stupid sometimes. But
That's all men.
But I
At
love
the
him.
end
He's
of
and I
the
great.
love
day.
him. I do. And not even on no like, oh my God, I'm so in love with you. Oh my God, no, no, no. No, I love you because I respect you as a person. I respect your dedication to life. And I respect your dedication to your kids' lives because you understand the value of family.
Yeah.
You understand the value of a family dynamic and a family foundation. And you don't get that every day.
No, it's
Like,
rare.
I even if I was to get into a new relationship tomorrow, that man has to understand that this is my family first.
This is a baggage,
This is
yeah.
my family first. So if you're gonna cut up, if you're gonna have an attitude because I'm gonna go have dinner with my family, this is not the life for you. I'm gonna let you know that off rip. But if you're cool with it, then we can rock. Cool, whatever. But just know that this is going to come first. And many people may see that like, I would never do that. Nah, fuck that nigga. Nah, da, da, da. And it's like, that's cool for you and your house.
Yeah.
Me and my house, though, we're going to stick together all the time. Like, we're going to make sure that there's always love. Like, even if he was to get into a new relationship tomorrow, Shorty better understand that I'm
I'm
gonna
here
come
too,
first.
Shorty.
Like, I have seniority, bitch. Like, you know? And no disrespect, but it is what it is.
So by going through whatever you think you've been through as a single mom, you're an entrepreneur, you're dancing, you're an actor, you're a singer, what would you tell your younger self right now?
Oh,
man.
God.
In 3 words.
3 words?
3 words.
Three
simple,
words.
A sentence. Just a simple sentence. What would you tell your younger self?
It's not gonna be easy. It's
Yeah.
never gonna be easy. But you're gonna be fine.
Yep.
You're gonna be
You
okay.
will make it.
You'll be fine, girl. Chill out. You'll be fine.
And then I think since we're ending it off, and you are multi-talented, why don't we sing a little acapella real quick?
Yes.
A little thing real quick for you
Listen.
too. For
Damn,
Parlor
just
Talk, you know
put
it's
it on
exclusive.
I heard this girl sing on Friday.
No, I just threw it out
Listen.
there to be honest with you. I heard her sing. I enjoy it. I think you will.
Listen, what you need to know about this podcast, it's raw and uncut.
Yeah, we don't plan nothing.
We do pick like a topic and we're like, oh, let's talk about this and then just let
Wing
us
it
know.
after that.
That's what we're doing.
I love it.
This is raw, uncut.
So why don't you
this is just
go ahead and
Parlor Talk. Whenever
with
you go to a
us.
hair salon, you sit with your hairstylist or the girls in the hair parlor and all you do is talk, right? That's what this is.
Yes.
Just girls talk.
Or you sing, so you
So
know.
you ready to sing us off?
And
Hi.
just want to tell everybody, she's going to take us out with her beautiful voice.
Yes.
But please, please, we need our support. We need all our female out here in Southwest Florida and anywhere else. If you guys want to share it, I need you to like, subscribe, and share to our YouTube channel and
Parlor
on
Talk.
all our social medias.
And hit the
Hold
bell
up.
notification.
Hold up.
Yes.
And for the guys that's in the DMs, share our shit too.
Oh.
Share our shit too.
If you're gonna slide in the DM, you better share first.
Share it, make it twerk, and let them know where they can follow you out on social media.
Instagram, you can follow me at Ryna Sands. That's RYNA.SANDS. On Facebook, it's just Jaleesa Jean Bart. Get to know me, but not too much. I don't really use Twitter. I don't do that. But thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank you
on.
for having
Thank you
us.
for coming,
being
friend.
Yes, and you already know it's Shhmoney, girl.
This is Dee Dominguez.
And-
Please tune in.
And it's your girl. I was about to say my real name.
She's like,
Or
no,
government name.
Enya Phoenix.
And
we
we'll
is
see
out.
you next
We'll
time,
see
y'all.
you guys next time.
Parlor Talk, y'all.
All right.
Okay. Strumming my pain with his fingers and singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his words, kil